2026 is shaping up to be one of the craziest years in PlayStation history. From brutal action RPGs and massive open worlds to horror legends and racing games that break platform walls, this year is stacked. Here are 15 upcoming PS5 games that will rule 2026 for sure. Starting off the list is Forza Horizon 6. This game launches on PS5 in late 2026, following its May 19, 2026 release on Xbox and PC. Set in Japan, the game features urban Tokyo streets and mountain roads. At launch, it includes over 550 cars, extensive customization options, body kits, Forza Aero, window liveries, and cosmetic tire wear. New features include open-world car meets inspired by real-life Daikoku, a personal estate for free building, customizable garages, enhanced event lab and collab multiplayer tools, drag and time attack circuits, and a collector's journal progression system based on exploration. The game runs at 4K 60 FPS and supports full crossplay and cross-save across platforms. Coming at number 14 is Resonance, A Plague Tale Legacy, an upcoming action-adventure spin-off developed by Asobo Studio and published by Focus Entertainment, scheduled for release in 2026. The game is set 15 years before A Plague Tale, Requiem, and stars Sophia, the pirate leader first introduced in Requiem. The story follows Sophia as she attempts to build a new life in the 14th century, which ultimately leads her to a cursed location known as Minotaur Island. This island is tied to a mythical, cursed entity, and the narrative leans far more into mythology and legend than previous entries. The mysterious force known as the Macula returns, with this game exploring a new, deeper, or different interpretation of it. Gameplay shifts away from the series' traditional stealth focus and moves toward a more combat-driven experience, featuring intense melee combat, parrying systems, and puzzle-solving mechanics that heavily involve light. At number 13 is Marvel Tokon, Fighting Souls. This is an upcoming 4v4 tag team fighting game developed by Arc System Works in collaboration with Marvel Games, launching on PS5 in 2026. The game features fast-paced, high-octane combat with anime-inspired 2.5D visuals. Players build teams of 4 characters, all sharing a single shared health bar, meaning team management and strategy are critical. Matches start as 2v2 battles and gradually expand as characters enter the fight. The assemble gauge powers assist-based mechanics, while wall breaks can smash enemies through environments and trigger cinematic stage transitions. Confirmed characters include Captain America, Iron Man, Spider-Man, Doctor Doom, Storm, Ms. Marvel, Star-Lord, and Ghost Rider. Stages include Marvel New York, the Savage Land, and the X-Mansion. The game supports both traditional inputs and simplified control options, making it accessible to newcomers while still offering depth for experienced fighting game players. Sliding in at number 12 is Fable, an open-world action RPG reboot developed by Playground Games, launching on PS5 in autumn 2026. Set in a seamless version of Albion, the game emphasizes player choice and local reputation rather than a traditional good versus evil system. Combat allows fluid switching between melee, ranged, and magical abilities. NPCs feature routines, relationships, and distinct personalities. Players can romance, marry, have children, own property, and run businesses. The game blends British humor with a fairy tale style world, not traditional high fantasy. Coming at number 11 is Saros, a third-person sci-fi action roguelike developed by Housemarque, the creators of Returnal, releasing exclusively on PS5 on April 30, 2026. Players control Arjun Devraj, voiced by Rahul Kohli, on the shifting planet Carcosa, which is trapped under a permanent dark eclipse. The game features a time loop narrative, but unlike traditional roguelikes, Saros introduces permanent progression, allowing players to upgrade their loadouts across multiple runs. Combat is fast-paced and shooter-focused, featuring the Soltari shield, which absorbs enemy projectile energy and converts it into offensive power. The story is narrative-driven, telling the tale of a lost colony through environmental storytelling, holograms, and world design rather than direct exposition. Up next is Onimusha, Way of the Sword, an action-adventure game developed by Capcom, releasing on PS5 in 2026. Set in a twisted, supernatural version of Edo-era Kyoto, the game follows legendary samurai Miyamoto Musashi, modeled after actor Toshiro Mifune. Musashi wields the mystical Oni Gauntlet, which allows him to absorb the souls of defeated Genma demons. These souls are used to restore health and enhance weapons. Combat is highly technical, featuring auto-directional blocking, precise parrying, stamina management, and devastating break-Issen moves that instantly dismember enemies once their stamina is depleted. The game is described as an old-fashioned action game, emphasizing mastery, timing, and deliberate combat rather than button mashing. At number 9 is LEGO Batman: Legacy of the Dark Knight. This is an open-world action-adventure game developed by TT Games, scheduled for release on PS5 on May 29, 2026. The game covers the complete journey of Bruce Wayne, from training with the League of Shadows to becoming Gotham City's protector. The story spans decades of Batman media and introduces the Bat family, including Robin, Batgirl, and Nightwing. Players explore an open-world Gotham City using an upgraded combat system featuring combos and stealth mechanics. Iconic vehicles are playable, including the Batmobile, Batcycle, and the Tumbler. The game includes single-player and couch co-op, a 15-hour main story divided into 6 chapters, and a new Dark Knight difficulty mode for experienced players. Coming at number 8 is 7 First Light, a third-person action-adventure origin story developed by IO Interactive, releasing on May 27, 2026. The game follows a 26-year-old James Bond, a resourceful yet reckless Royal Navy air crewman during his initial recruitment into MI6 and the revived 00 program. This is Bond's first mission to earn his license to kill. Gameplay blends stealth, action, and gadget usage, allowing players to choose between silent or loud approaches or mix both. Bond partners with a reluctant mentor to expose a conspiracy and prevent a coup, while players explore various global, exotic locations. At number 7 is Resident Evil Requiem. This is a mainline survival horror entry scheduled for release on PS5 on February 27, 2026. The game features dual protagonists, Grace Ashcroft, an FBI analyst focused on stealth, tension, and limited resources, Leon S. Kennedy, offering more action-oriented gameplay. Set in an abandoned Midwestern hotel, the story explores the aftermath of the Raccoon City incident. Grace's segments emphasize stealth and avoiding a stalker-like enemy known as Chunk, while Leon's segments focus on combat-heavy outbreak scenarios. Players can experience the game in first-person or third-person perspectives. At number 6 is Control: Resonant. Control: Resonant is an action-adventure RPG developed by Remedy Entertainment, releasing on PS5 in 2026. Players control Dylan Fadden, brother of Jesse Fadden, navigating a preternaturally ravaged Manhattan rather than the office-based setting of the original game. Combat focuses on aggressive, intimate encounters using a shape-shifting melee weapon called the Aberrant. Dylan is deployed by the Federal Bureau of Control to combat cosmic threats, including the Hiss and the Mold, which are destroying reality itself. At number 5 is Crimson Desert. This game is an open-world single-player action-adventure game developed by Pearl Abyss, releasing on PS5 on March 19, 2026. Players control Cliff, a mercenary leader seeking revenge and rebuilding his fallen group, the Greymanes, after they are ambushed by the rival Black Bears. The game takes place on the seamless continent of Pyrule, rumored to be over twice the size of Skyrim. Combat is visceral and action-heavy, featuring complex combos and immense boss battles. The world is highly interactive, with weather-affecting gameplay and traversal options including horseback riding, walking, and flying. Up next is the Blood of Dawnwalker. This is a single-player, narrative-focused open-world action RPG developed by Rebel Wolves, targeting PS5 in 2026. You play as Cohen, a Dawnwalker who is human by day and a vampire by night. Gameplay shifts based on time, with swordplay and stealth during the day and vampiric abilities like wall walking and teleportation at night. Set in a 14th-century Carpathian valley, the game emphasizes player choice and narrative depth. Built on Unreal Engine 5, it includes a 30-day and night limit to complete objectives. Coming in at number 3 is Marvel's Wolverine. Marvel's Wolverine is an action-adventure game developed by Insomniac Games, launching on PS5 in fall 2026. The game features a mature, original story following Logan as he uncovers his violent past. Combat is brutal, bloody, and focused on claw-based melee combat with destructible environments. The story spans multiple global locations, including Canada, Japan, and Madripoor, with appearances from Mystique and Omega Red. The game exists in the same universe as Insomniac's Spider-Man titles. Sliding in at number 2 is Phantom Blade Zero. This is a fast-paced action RPG releasing worldwide on September 9, 2026 for PS5. The game features a kung fu punk aesthetic, blending traditional Chinese martial arts with dark, gritty, futuristic elements. Combat is inspired by 1990s kung fu films and emphasizes momentum, blocking, parrying, and precision. Players control Soul, an assassin framed for murder with 66 days to find the mastermind behind the conspiracy. The world is semi-open, high-speed, and challenging. The game includes over 30 weapons, phantom edges for custom combos, and intense boss battles, without relying strictly on Souls-like formulas. At number 1 is Grand Theft Auto 6. GTA 6 is launching on PS5 on November 19, 2026. Set in the fictional state of Leonida, inspired by Florida, the game features a reimagined Vice City, the Everglades-like grass rivers, and the Leonida Keys. The story follows Lucia and Jason, a criminal duo in a modern Bonnie and Clyde-style narrative. The game satirizes 2020's American culture, including social media, influencer culture, and Florida man chaos. Leaks suggest unprecedented interior accessibility, making this Rockstar's most detailed open world ever created. And there you have it, 15 upcoming PS5 games set to dominate 2026. If you enjoyed this, smash that like button, subscribe for more, and let me know which game are you most excited for.